Alright, we're back with another Naruto on. So, a question a lot of people have been asking is should you go for Edo Madara? Is he good? Should he be used in teams? Etc. I'm going to go over and highlight the reasons why you should be going for Edo Madara. And yeah, just for a lot of the free to play players out there or semi pay to win players who are looking for that guidance. So, let's get started. Anyway, and I guess we could do some arena fights. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So, Edo Madara, he hasn't really left the meta since his breakthrough came out. 3-star, you were not really able to use him. But when he hit 4-star and you're able to BT him, he was much more easy to use. In the sense that he can work in multiple different teams. He's at 4-star, an amazing support unit as well as a P1 carry, alongside Naruto Sage of Six Paths. A question a lot of people have been wondering as well is the duel aspect. I've heard a lot of people say that Naruto Sage of Six Paths can outduel a Madara Edo, and they're both 4-star BT state. The thing about this, right, is it's not true. Okay, so a lot of the damage that Naruto generates is yes his mystery, but a lot of the damage is as well as the standard attack. He generates a lot of his damage from standard attacks as well. If you are having a 1v1 fight or 4-on-4, right? The way you'd want to win with Naruto is you would want to hit their backline with the mystery to make that 80% splash damage carry over towards Madara, right? Something a lot of people should figure out about Naruto is the reason why you never target the position 1 is because they are the most stacked unit and you will deal no damage, okay? And that splash damage, sure, will carry over to other positions, but you're not getting the initial 80% on the position 1 you want to get it on. If I hit the back line, I'm going to deal 80% splash damage to their position 1 as well, right? As well as the whole team, whatever grid they're away, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So, but the duel aspect, right? We talk about duel, we mean 1v1. Okay? If all of the other positions are taken out of the field, they're knocked out. Basically, what happens is you have Naruto and Madara fighting each other, right? In this case, Madara wins. Unless the Naruto is vastly more stacked than the other person's position 1, the Naruto will win. But in some cases, that's not even the case as well. So, let me explain to you the reason why Madara outduels Naruto. This is really all you need to know here, right? So Madara is immune to all debuffs and pure ninjutsu damage. When Madara suffers damage for the first time in every round, the unit causing that damage to Madara will have his mystery cooldown increased by 1. Whatever, sure. That's effective-ish, depends. Naruto resets off standard attacks. A very high likelihood of him resetting off standard attacks are fucking high. Whenever Madara suffers damage, reduces his own mystery cooldown. He has a mystery cooldown of 2 whenever he initially uses mystery on round 2. Whenever he uses mystery skill, increases his own attack and nin by 30%. So his attack and ninjutsu are being increased by 30% every time he's using a mystery skill. And that is stackable. So that's just going to keep piling on top of each other, and it's just, he's going to get stronger and stronger, more buffed, right? To the point where Naruto cannot outduel. So, Naruto's standard attack, no, we don't need to see that. Whatever. Naruto's immune to all debuffs. Additionally, when he executes his standard attacks, increases his own ninjutsu by 15%. Stackable, right? 15% compared to 30%. Madara is getting much more of a stack boost or buff, because whenever it says he uses mystery skill, increases his own attack, and if you're dueling Naruto, you're basically resetting Madara's mystery because you're hitting him with the Naruto's mystery. Makes sense, right? So anyway, that's that. Just to get that out of the way, no, Naruto cannot outduel a fucking Madara unless the Naruto is vastly more stacked. Okay? So that is that. Alright, anyway, should you go for him? Yes, I'm going to explain to you guys the reason why. At least we're going to go through his breakthroughs for this. So, the meta took a big shift whenever Naruto was introduced, right? Madara was used as support. But even when Naruto was introduced, Madara wasn't really used that often, okay? So let me explain to you why Madara is the best unit to go for as a free-to-play player. Or a semi-pay-to-win, right? Madara recently got his new buff, and I'll explain to you guys what the buff does, okay? And we're going to talk about different ninjas this can counter, and how to deal with those ninjas as well. Madara's Y mystery has been changed. Causes damage 3 combo and fright till the end of next round, up to 9 units. On the opponent's field, the selected unit will suffer from knockdown and fear. Madara enters explosive mode. Why? Whatever. There's two things we gotta highlight here: the fright and the fear, right? So, we'll talk about Obito in a second. Just want to get this out of the way. I haven't given my thoughts on it yet, but I might as well now. Shisui Susanoo is coming out with a BT. It is busted. It's broken as fuck. Okay, it is really broken. So basically, you guys have seen Pain, right? Pain, Tendo, Sage of Six Pass, whatever. Sage of Six Pass. But essentially, one of Pain's main mechanics that makes him really good is he ends up, whenever he's hit with a debuff, quote unquote, he'll end up executing another standard attack, right? And whenever he executes a standard attack, he scales, okay? Pain can have up to 10 standard attacks in a round, so that's 10 times scaling, okay? Every time he's hit with a debuff, right? Think about this. Shisui has the same mechanic. I don't know. I think Shisui had a nerf / buff, whatever you want to call it. It's changed now for him to I think 5 maybe. I'm not sure, but anyway, he has the pain mechanic. Okay. Shisui's standard attack hits a random row now, right? Random. So that was changed. He scales when he uses his standard attack. He scales. I don't know what, but I think it's Nin and some other shit. He scales whenever he executes a standard attack. He ignores a certain amount of defense and resistance, which is, in this game, that's really strong. Okay, if you've seen any chase that ignores defense and resistance, it's OP, right? We're talking about Madara TTJ. We're talking about Obito TTJ. These ninjas that ignore defense and resistance. Right? And the reason why it's so important to acknowledge that is because basically you're just taking away your overall stat of defense and resistance. You're subtracting, right? So he ignores a certain amount of defense and resistance, and imagine that on a standard attack, as well as causing repulse and ignite he can chase off himself. Shisui is a special unit compared to other units because he's the only one, not the only one. There are a few, but the main OP unit that can chase off himself, right? He's also special because every time he executes his chase attack, he will gain one more standard attack. OP, right? So he's, again, constantly going to use standard attacks while scaling. That is really hard to deal with. His mystery causes knockdown, irremovable acupuncture as well. CC lockdown for 2 rounds. Who cares? The thing that makes that kind of OP is the fact that if the actually no, not really. If the irremovable acupuncture, I think it can control fail. If it does, then you can still lock down the mystery for 2 rounds. Doesn't matter. So with descaling ninjas off of standard attacks, the one thing you need to do to counter these ninjas is to prevent them from being able to use standard attacks, which is causing the scaling in the first place, okay? So you need units like Sasuke Rinnegan. You need units like, and I wouldn't even say Sasuke Rinnegan is a good unit to use to counter Shisui, again, because of the 50%. You sort of want a guarantee, okay? So Again, Madara's mystery will cause fear to the selected unit. So if you, and fear, by the way, is not reflectable, no control fail. If you hit the Shisui with fear, right? Shisui will lose all the standard attacks for that round, and he won't be able to scale. If you can spam Madara's mystery and keep hitting Shisui with the fear, you're good. You're good to go. Right? But it begs the question, well, would you run Madara position 2 or position 1 in this case scenario, right? If you have a unit that you think could deal with Shisui and can get enough scaling in time, maybe Sage of 6 past Naruto, but that's a stretch. If you, or Obito TTJ, whatever, if you can get Chisui's health whittled down to an extent, you're good, right? So that's why you need to use Madara on Shisui, because he will give the fear off, and Shisui won't be able to stand attack. That's Madara's in the meta now, because again, he's not gonna have any counters. The counter is literally, there's actually two, I'd say. So he reflects all debuffs. So you could plant Obito G and W, a ninja nobody fucking uses, but whatever. You could put him in your team and potentially yeet away the Madara. Take him off the field for a round or whatever, but who knows that'll work. A ninja that has been knocked off this meta for good reasons is, or who will be knocked off the meta for sure, and people don't understand this. I don't know why they keep running this ninja into batteries, like, or not into batteries, into units that stand like Pain, right? They put, which by the way, this unit I'm about to say is phenomenal, but he'll be knocked off the meta if people realize it. Orochimaru GNW. Do I gotta go? So we're done with Madara. That's free to play. That's why you do it. That's why you go for him. People should have had him 4-star prior, but if you're getting a 4-star now, it's pretty expensive because they know he's gonna be good. Paywalled now. Have fun. Where is this? Shit. Where is this? I love how I can't see any of these. Or I can, but like, god dang, this game. I have to basically reset, like, come on. Here we are. I have 12 frags, I don't know where the fuck from, but whatever. So Orochimaru, start of the round, he summons the 4th Hokage, which provides defense and resistance stats with a barrier. Same barrier as the normal. Whatever. That's really good. So you're taking half damage, right? And the thing is like, there's no such thing as barrier override here, because like Minato's barrier, if you override the barrier, you're going to take away that 100% defense and resistance. There's no override barrier here, okay? It's a non-existent barrier, basically. That's what it is. Second round, Toyarama comes out, as well as providing his barrier that's non-existent here, but it's there. And Hiruzen's buff. So, the thing is, right, is Shisui... People should not run Orochi against Shisui, but they will, because that's just how people play the game now. It's really stupid. Or even Pain against Shisui, right? Against Orochi. The reason is, because Orochi, he summons a battery round 1. He literally summons a battery round 1. He summons a fucking battery. If you guys don't know what I mean. Basically, he summons in Edo Minato. And if anybody knows how Edo Minato works, is whenever Edo Minato's hit, he provides Ignite. This is not irremovable Ignite, but it's Ignite debuffed, right? So he provides Ignite to the unit that's hitting him. Okay? And it doesn't matter. If Minato dodges, he still gives it up. He still gives the Ignite. So Pain is fighting a Minato. And he's getting buffed by standard. He's getting standard attacks because he's getting ignited constantly. That's why we call Minato a battery. Okay? For those who don't know, I'm going to reiterate it again. Whenever Minato is hit, he will ignite you. Okay? The game is like, hey, that's a debuff. So when it's applied to pain, he will standard attack again. And again, and again, and again. People get confused. They're like, oh, he's reflecting it. He's not actually It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. It's like any other debuff. Right? So he's going to keep using staring attacks. Keep using staring attacks. Somebody asked me, oh, well, why did I lose in a fight? Why did I lose this? And I looked, I was like, well, you have pain. You're using. Buddy's using pain, and you have Orochi in your team. What do you think's going to happen? Like, it's. You know. You're giving standard attacks. Anyway. Orochi's phenomenal, but he'll be shifted off the meta. So, same concept with Shisui. Just you have a bit more of an easier time-ish if you use Orochi, because Shisui's going to hit a random row, right? Yeah, Shisui's going to hit a random row, and blah, 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 right? I wish I had this ninja, though. He's really good support. So, yeah. And the thing is, right, is Orochi's, the summonings, they can't be killed for 4 rounds. So you're just going to give standard attacks off constantly for 4 rounds straight till you kill them. Like, it's just insane to me how people haven't figured this out yet. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a unit you should go for sure. But I wouldn't, if you know somebody's gonna use Shisui in pain or some shit like that. Cause like, what if you're fighting them both? What if you're fighting both Shisui and pain at the same time? You're fighting somebody who has them both on the team, and you're using Orochi with fucking Minato. You're gonna lose that fight. So yeah, I mean, hell, whatever. But now if people are very smart, the counter to what I just told you about with Edo Madara is a counter to Shisui, but it's also like a double-edged sword, okay? The issue is if people run this dude with Shisui, okay? If they run in with Shisui, which I guarantee they will, position 2, yeah, Edo Madara ain't gonna do shit. It's probably over from there. That's why, I don't know, it's not easy. If you guys don't know what Jiraiya does, his mystery basically, it seals barrier jutsu, right? If you're using a unit that launches a barrier, this unit will counter it using its barrier. But the thing is, right? The thing is, they also made it so Edo Madara, whenever he, if you use the get reduced down to 95% HP, then Madara will launch his barrier up. That's going to override Jiraiya's. That's just how it works. If you use the barrier that activates round 2, it's going to override a Jiraiya's barrier that's stopping you. So, I didn't really think about that, but yeah. So I still think, I don't know. I don't know. His BT recently came out, whatever, it's, sure, for Illusion. Doesn't matter, he's a relevant ninja. So yeah. That's why you should go for Madara. But a lot of the free-to-play players who are going to be going for Madara, I'm talking to like the semi-paid one. Like, I'm a perfect example. I'm just reaching 700k. I'm not as invested as a lot of these other people, so I cannot get Shisui Susanoo. I don't plan on it ever, right? He's too much. So for me, it is easier for me to use Edo Madara and try to counter it as much as I possibly can, right? That's simple. But for a lot of players out there who are like 200k, 300k, 100k, and you're going for Edo Madara, just go for it. You're not going to be fighting Shisui's because nobody in your power range is going to have Shisui, right? Most likely. So, simple. But yeah. More Sage Road Battlefield videos coming out. I do have a teaser. I P1 Kakashi in Sage, and it was fun. That video will be out soon. But That's all I really have to say regarding this new update. Shisui's Breakthrough could come out this week, next week, or the next week. We don't know. We don't know. Soon, though. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. Obviously, subscribe if you're new to the channel. More videos will be coming out soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.